Hi Capricorn, welcome to Higher Source Tarot. This is your weekly tarot check for the week of May 17th through May 24th, 2020. This is for all Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And I want to thank everyone for watching the readings. It's so much fun for me to do this for you. I love these cards. Tarot is sacred, sacred divinity to me, and it's special to me. So thank you for letting me share this with you. And thanks to everyone who's been subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, I'd love to have you. If you tap that bell, you'll be notified when new videos are posted. But I generally upload every week. So this is for the week of May 17th through the 24th. But recognize that time is fluid. So some of the energy may have started prior to this week and may creep into the next week or two. We'll just have to see what the cards say. And if this doesn't resonate, check out a different part of your sign. I have a Capricorn rising, and last week I had $4,000 sent my way, and that was pretty exciting. I mean, it was it was credits for things, but one of the credits, the company tried to not follow up on it, and my credit card got them. I had a black card, and that's fortunate to have because they will take care of you, and they took care of me. I sent in documentation though. I mean, I had to prove it, but I was really happy to see that. It's like score one for the little guy. But anyway, I do feel like that was part of my rising sign that drew that into me. So here we go, guys. This is for Capricorn. This is for May 17th through the 24th for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you're new here, we go day by day. So we start off here with Sunday. You've got the Emperor. Tuesday, you've got Judgment. Wednesday, wow, Major Arcana City. You've got the Moon. I'm sorry, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday. Did I call that Wednesday? I don't know. I was getting too caught up in the cards. Anyway, Wednesday, you've got the Page of Cups. Thursday, you have the Hermit. Friday, you've got the Ten of Swords. And then Saturday, you've got the Queen of Wands. Sunday, you've got the Knight of Wands. And you do have the King of Wands on the bottom, but I only mention that because you've got a suit here, and it's, King, Queen, Knight. I think that's relevant. So you have Aries here. You have Virgo represented. You've got Pisces. You do have, like I said, fire, so it could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You do have just a touch of air and water, but, predominantly I do feel it's possible you're working with or dealing with a fire sign on some level. And yeah, let's take a dive into these cards. So, you start off here on Sunday with the Emperor, and I do feel for you, you've got a very authoritative energy here. You're definitely, even though this is Aries energy, you're in your own power here, and you're organizing things, you're getting things clarified, you're straightening things out. You may be communicating some things to people at work. And it's just kind of very no nonsense. It's very much like, this is what we need to do moving forward. Some of you may be in management and you're needing to tell people what is going to be happening for them in the next couple weeks or months. Some of you may be in a situation where you've had to call some layoffs for even like a day a week. You're having to lay people off and get them enrolled into unemployment and things like that. It's just a very much like business-like kind of heart is, not essential in this. It's a very much a logical kind of a moving forward type of deal. But with this Emperor, the good news with that is you're in charge. You're not, what's going on. There's nothing unexpected coming your way. So that's, I always like to see that because, it can be difficult when you have things like the Two of Pentacles rolling around, but you don't have that. So again, on Monday, you've got the Judgment card. I do feel like you're making decisions that are going to have an impact on people. And they're waiting to find out what is going to happen. But I feel like you're very clear-headed in this. You do know what to do, and you're laying things out the best that you can. You, right now, I think you're very focused on work, but I do think you have a love interest. I think you have somebody coming back who's a fire sign. I don't know that you're going to take it very seriously this week. I think you have other things going on that are work related that are just a priority here for you. So with this Judgment card, again, there's people waiting for some kind of a decision. I do think you're more the decision maker. You may be with a group of people, but you're part of something that is kind of sifting through details and trying to figure things out. So you have this Moon card on Tuesday, and this is Pisces energy. And I do think there's some things that are hidden. I think that you have somebody who's had hidden emotion for you here, and it may be something that ended due to dishonesty in the past, or even kind of for somebody here, I'm getting almost like they have a chemical imbalance, and they're very indecisive because of it. And so I do feel like they are their cycles, it feels almost bipolar, but the cycles are very far apart, and it's kind of a deceptive situation because their cycles are so far apart that they do fine for long periods, but then they have another manic episode, and it doesn't look textbook, and so people don't realize this person's got a chemical imbalance. And I'm getting into a long reading for a weekly reading, but I do feel like whoever that is, that's coming back around, and it's possible it's like they do things like they move, they break off in relationships. They do a lot of big changes all at once when they're manic, and then they go back to, they settle down, they settle in, and that's when this person wants to come back around. Wednesday, you've got this Page of Cups. You got a couple things going on here. One, for whoever that's for, I think this person's going to make a reappearance. They've got, again, an offer here, but it's kind of a little offer, and they're unstable. So you'd be better off, if you know who I'm talking about, keeping them at a distance. They're just not going to be able to run the distance. This person's just not stable enough. However, on another storyline here that I'm getting, for some of you, you've got an offer. It's a manifestation you wanted for a while. Something you wanted, it's on the material plane though, and it feels like something for the home. It feels like some kind of like flooring or something like that. You're going to get an opportunity to do some things in your home that you wanted to do, and it's just going to seem more feasible. And I know that can be tough, especially for those of you that are having to lay people off. You almost feel a sense of guilt of continuing to live a normal life when you know other people have been turned upside down. And that's the compassionate side of you, Capricorn. Even though you're a very strong sign, you know, you're that little mountain goat whose feet are planted firmly on the hill, you are compassionate. And I think there's a part of you on Thursday, and it goes into Friday too, where this gets a little bit exhausting. You got a 9 here with the Hermit. It's Virgo energy. And it's the universe telling you that you are on the right path. You're being divinely guided. And there's a part of you that really needs that right now, that really needs to know the decisions that I'm making, the choices that I'm making that do impact other people are for everyone's good. It's for a greater good, even though on a personal level it's hurting people. It's something that cannot be avoided, and it's just part of keeping a business afloat or keeping a greater whole going. So do know that when the Hermit shows up, it's a time for you to go within. It may be a good day just to be kind of to yourself and meditate, take a walk by yourself, even take a drive by yourself. Go through a coffee drive-through, get a cup of coffee, and just drive for a little bit. And it'll help you to raise your own vibration so that you're not mired down. Because when we get into these situations where we have to make decisions that hurt people, it can be very tiring. And there's a part of you, when you get into Friday here, that really feels that, okay? There's been a momentum. I also think for some of you, you've got this fiery energy coming through that wants to come back around. And I think you're going to be done with that. I just feel like they have done some things in the past that weren't very trustworthy and stabbed you in the back to some extent here. And it just is like, I really don't want to take my chances on that anymore. And you have great aspects. You have great aspects through the end of the year. I wouldn't either, because I think you got somebody new that will come around. And if you are messing around with some other has-been, you're not going to have room for the new person. You do have the Queen of Wands on Saturday. I do think this person's tempting. I think they're attractive. They're fun. They're outgoing. They're a little pushy. But you're standing with your feet firmly planted. You're not really going to be pushed too far. I do feel like on Saturday too, you have other options, like in terms of maybe you have a friend or two that wants to hang out and socially distance. But I mean, let's really be honest. I think any restaurants that are open, we see people at tables congregating, and bars and things that are opening up. And so you may have an opportunity to go out and have a drink with friends, and it's just relaxing and just gives a sense of normalcy, and you're able to kind of vent, tell them what's going on, and get your bearings a little bit. You've got an interesting energy all week. Now you end here with this Knight of Wands on Sunday, and I think this is a couple things. One, this energy of this other person coming back around. I think, they're very in and out anyway. They can be very arrogant, and so they might start to kind of bang on their high chair when it becomes obvious that you're not interested. And if this doesn't happen collectively over the week, I do think ultimately that's what's going to happen. They're going to kick some dirt around and be mad and kind of go galloping off again. It's just who they are. They have something that's not being treated from a mental health perspective, and I say that as a clinician. I'm a fully licensed clinician. Do not use these readings for mental health help, but I will infuse what I can into them. I can definitely feel it. It's somebody that needs some kind of mental health treatment. So let them go off, let them stomp their feet. And in terms of work, I also think you have some people here who have been kind of lazy working outside of the office, kind of arrogant, joining Zoom meetings a few minutes late, not telling you or not showing up at all. And I think into the next week, you're going to have to handle that a little bit. And that's where that Emperor energy will help you too. Even though it starts the week off, you still have access to it. So for those of you that are interested in bringing in new love, because I do feel like that's coming. It's not in this week's reading, but it feels like it's there. So this is an oracle card for bringing in more love to your life. Ooh, I like this. Ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. So in a relationship that comes, be open to, if you are knowing that you tend to be in charge, let the other person be of service to you. Let them help you. And we will close things off this week with an Ask and It Is Given card. I'm rediscovering the art of allowing my natural well-being. We call this discipline the art of allowing. It is the art of allowing the well-being which makes up every particle of that which you are and that which you come from to continue to flow through you as you continue to be. So, allow it. Ask and it is given. You can have, do, or be anything. All you have to do, if you can see it in your mind, you can have it in your reality. So I love you so much, Capricorn, and I'll be back in about a week.